Good morning, everyone. My name is Madhurima Paturi. I'm the immigration attorney locally here in Orlando, Florida, but we deal the clients with all over the country. The reason specifically we need to get on this is, as everybody knows about the news, right? There's not much explained in the executive action, but we're going to be redefining few things what we understood so far. There's a lot to unfold, but we can start with something which is immediately going to affect. As you all aware of it, yesterday there is a news started with the Bloomberg getting out saying that 100,000 fine per petition on the H1B per employee is what the news is started. Within a few minutes of right after that, the White House released the press release, including the press release and the news reports came out talking about that how it is immediately going to affect from the midnight of today, which is the early morning tomorrow, 12:01 a.m. on Sunday. There's two words which is very important to look into it is going to be affecting the new H1Bs and it is going to be immediately affecting for the people who are outside the United States. So there is a little confusion in the community. I think that the biggest thing what we need to address right now is who is going to affect it right away. Based on the proclamation, I think that the people who is going to be immediately is going to affect who is outside the United States and needs to come and has to come within the end of this today. Is that practically possible? May not be possible, as you already know that every single flight is already booked and there are the people who couldn't even get the ticket, right? And we don't even know if they come into the airport, can they able to pass the security within the time of the 12:01? What will be the immediate effects? Or these are the first people who would be seeing the pre-options of this thing. So there is a lot of things how it is going to be implemented. Just like all of you, I'm going to be just watching as it is. But I do know that I have a lot of messages and the calls from the all the clients and directly or indirectly want our phones to be open tonight, which we will be there for the people who are in need. But is anything lot to be done? May not be. But how is it going to immediately affect the implementation? How seriously they're going to see? And there's a lot of the people who got in the flight, but they're not going to come here until tomorrow morning. Not sure that how that is going to be. Is there going to be implementation right away? I think that they are the first people who will be affected from this. So there's a lot of people who are panicking. Is it going to affect for the people who are currently in the United States? Well, the proclamation didn't say that it's going to be affected for the people who are existing. So I think that we could breathe there for a little while. It sounds like almost like a travel ban. That means that they're focusing more on the people who are currently outside. That could be a new H1B, that could be renewal, amendment, extension, doesn't matter, right? Anybody who is coming into the United States going forward from today, which is 12:01 midnight. So that could be anybody. It's not just the new H1Bs. I just want to be clear that point for now. And there is a lot to discuss on this. I don't think we can get to everything right now because the thing is, how is it going to affect for the existing H1Bs? I think there's definitely a discussion on that in the news report yesterday. I don't know. I'm sure you all watched the YouTube and the clips from the White House when they were doing the news reporting. They were very clear. One of the reporter asking the question, is it only going to affect the new H1Bs? They were very clear that it could affect for everybody and anybody, but the proclamation don't say that it's going to affect for the existing H1Bs. So that was a little confusion. It says the new H1Bs and the people who are outside the United States. These are the only wording was mentioned in the thing. So it is very, very vague. Who is it going to affect for? So this is only can stop if there is a lawsuits and if that only wins that lawsuits. And also there is a lot of changes in the lawsuits, which I don't want to get technical. If there is somebody who is going to win, unless it's a class action, it's going to affect only that particular person, a particular company and particular entity. Okay, just want to be clear. Unless it's a class action, which is like a lot of people involves this one. Honestly, there is only few attorneys who is gathering up on this one because it was made very strategically, this proclamation. Okay, if you look at the proclamation, it is clearly mentioned the exceptions, which I want you to all focus on that. They are mentioned exceptions. That means that you are the person or your company or the entity is the exception. So you don't have to pay $100,000. So obviously there is a broad to discuss about it based on the case to case. I think it's too early to talk about the exceptions. Right now, whoever in the United States, I think that you could breathe for today. Okay, let's take it day by day. I don't want to overwhelm on this. Definitely, we all have to worry about the people who are in the transit right now, who got stuck in outside the United States. We need to see that how that is going to be unfolded for sure now. And if nothing will change, no lawsuits happens, nothing happens, this travel ban, or called as a proclamation for the H1Bs, is going to be affected for next 12 months. That means the end of the next year of the September 21st, 2026. Okay, so this all we know so far, which was written and everybody could read it. I know that there is so many AI generated answers that who qualifies, who don't qualify, this, that, and all those things. That's something you can read it. I'm not saying don't read it. Of course, we all need the education, but I think that we, including myself, we have to be learning so many things in next few days, how it's going to be starting from next few hours, who people are going to be showing up in the airport, that how the implementation is going to be starting. But the good thing and the confidence is, at least the people who are in America, I think that we could breathe for now. I think that it's more than what I'm going to talk. I think that there's a lot of questions which we need to ask, especially for the people who are going to get stuck outside. I'm very, very concerned about the family separations. If the dependents are outside, or the beneficiary or the applicant is going to be outside, that is my biggest concern right now. I think, Srinivas Garu, is I'm clear on the proclamation itself, because I want to focus more on the questions. Let me see the questions.
Chat questions, I think these are all covered, whatever you talked just now.
Yeah, because it's very straightforward. We are talking about just the traveling at this point. There is a lot of things to be discussed about. Eventually, it could affect for the people who are currently in the United States on the H1, because if it is affected for the same regulation, if the H1B is not qualified to come into the country, that could definitely affect for the people who are already in the United States on the H1. It's a matter of the fact that how long it's going to be, and there is going to be litigation on this to challenge. The biggest problem here for the litigation and the challenging is who are the plaintiffs. Because the reason I'm saying is they're clearly mentioned about the exceptions. If you are really truly talented, specialty occupation, and you're highly caliber, do apply for the exception. They mentioned already very clearly. So if you think that you've truly qualified, we should go for it. But then who is the plaintiffs who is going to be fighting for it, that I am an essential worker? That could make a difference with the US economy. And even that one, they didn't say any instructions yet. We need to see how it goes. But they said that they're going to go case by case. But the regulation itself, how the executive action came into the effect, it came in as if just like how we all had the Trump one version, that Muslim travel ban, right? So the whole INA section says that there is no need of the public commentary. When they see a national security and the national threat, he don't have to discuss with anybody. He can make an executive action. That's exactly what happened yesterday afternoon. He thinks that this is something that national has to take importance right away, and the executive action is passed based on that. So the immediate effect is on the people who got stuck outside or who is in the transit. I think that most of the questions I see here is around it.
Around those only. So what you are saying, to summarize, whoever outside, whether it is H1B, whatever the visa they are holding on, except the green card, right? So whoever...
And they also mentioned, even though they didn't mention about the instructions yet, how they're going to affect if you got selected on the H1B, okay? And if you are planning to come on a B1, B2 visa or any other visa and trying to come here to do the changes, they're going to be issuing a new regulation on that. I think that we just need to watch on that next few days, because they do know that the people could come on a different visa and they could change to the H1B status. They specifically mentioned this in the proclamation.
So that means if anybody in new filings and new change of visa status also, it impacts, right?
Yeah, because the people could take advantage of it, right? If they got in the lottery selected, or if they have the H1B already existing, and if they already have the B1, B2, I mean, that I highly doubted anybody is going to get the new stamping for the B1 at this point, because dates are outrageous. That's not practically happen. I think that they're mentioning more the people who already have the B1, B2 stamping. If they are trying to come here and do the change of status, they want to issue a special regulations on that. It is very clear in the proclamation on that.
So, okay. So, what you are advising is don't get panic. Whoever, got struck in airports or something, so they can, contact you directly through email or the phone. And what's the next step for them? And also, whoever here, whether it is student or OPT, H1, please don't make any travels plans, next few months. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean that if you want to travel, that's fine, but you have to show the proof of the payment for $100,000.
Okay.
Unless your employer is making that exemption and paid $100,000 for you and got the receipt, I'm not going to say no. According to the proclamation, you can come in.
So
But you may
also,
have to discuss. You may have to discuss with the employer on that.
also, if H1B is having and is outside of USA and H4 dependents are here, so what's their situation? Because a lot of them are, here, and their partners, they went to outside USA and they are panicked too.
Yep. Yeah, I'm particularly concerned about those families because there will be a family separation. We saw this during the COVID, right? A lot of essential people getting stuck outside and their families are here. And now we need to be worried for sure. They said very clearly anybody who is outside the country, right? So unless there is a litigation, I know I keep saying a litigation, but here somehow I felt like very less chances of the litigations getting succeeded. Even if it does, there is, I mean, that unless the major companies are going to be joining this as a plaintiffs, I don't know how this is going to be unfolding. We'll see how it goes. It's too early to say that either this or no, but for now, they're very clear. It looks like a very strategically has maintained this executive action. I mean, like if you're saying that you're really specialty occupation, here is the exception. Go ahead and prove yourself you're exempted.
Yeah, not only that one, the impact, the effective date also, anybody outside USA, impossible to come back.
Correct.
That's what it made actually.
Yeah, it's
Impossible to
definitely
come
going
back.
to affect the families. Obviously, if they are on the H4 here, the H1B is outside. If they can't come on certain period of the time, maintaining the H4 is hard, right? Without
Yeah.
H1B, H4 is hard. That means that H4 EADs get affected,
Yeah.
H4s get affected. The kids who are on non-immigrant visas could affect.
Yep.
There's a lot to unfold. I think that we're going to be doing a lot of webinars before even me. I know that you are all very smart tech guys. I think you will know more information than me, but I'll be more focusing on the regulation itself, not on the commentaries on so much. I think that regulation is what I will be focusing. If it is any litigation is open, I know that there is a couple of attorneys who opened the litigation. Honestly, they are struggling to find the plaintiffs yet. There is a lot of smoke in the social media, I'll tell you. There's a lot of people who said that we are ready to file the litigation. Nobody so far got even one plaintiff who is ready to file this one.
Yeah, I think this is very important for, community organizations. Very importantly, guide the, people very patiently, and also, they should not be in a crisis mode or panic mode. Reach out to your local organizations, whichever available. Reach out to the attorneys, immigrant attorneys. Without talking to the immigrant attorneys, please don't initiate any steps from now onwards.
And the tips are don't travel, right?
Yeah, don't
right
travel
now,
too.
just don't travel. I understand, unless it's an emergency. Obviously, we don't all have choice. If it is a family emergency, things like that, we have to
Case
go
by
out.
case by case, it can be.
But be prepared. If you do have to travel, be prepared that if you can't come, you have to be prepared for that.
Yep. So,
And unfortunately, all this happens on the Friday night, right? You
yep.
know, hard to get onto the courts. Okay, we don't know what happens. And again, this is the executive orders. It's not like something has to go through the public comment. Oh, we have a 60 days to comment on
And,
that. Then everybody can jump in.
and
The way they went through that, it's very, very targeted, obviously, to the IT consulting companies.
very
Okay,
targeted.
and very targeted, and it's very clear. They mentioned that it's not like something I came to know, that you all read enough about the press reports already. You know, it's very targeted. From 2008 to 2019, there is a 9 times increase of the STEM students who came into this country, and study work program as used, according to them, misused and
Yep.
abused. Okay,
They wrote all the
and
details.
they are creating the unemployment in this country. So they rather want you guys to train the US citizens
Yep.
instead of the training the foreign students who are you bringing in. So I'm not going to try to put any words. I'm here only to give the confidence to you. I think that whoever joined now, I think majority of them already in America, hoping that this is not going to affect you next few days. But be vigilant, and especially I beg everybody, including myself, you know, so compassion, you know, either you became already US citizen, you are a permanent resident, or you have the more different visas. Don't blame other people. I know that just because you took the ladder little bit step forward, it doesn't mean the other people are bad. You know, don't blame all these Indians came and do this, do that. You know, you're still in H1B. I didn't know that I thought that you're in the green card. You are doing businesses from all these days. I thought that you're making this money. Oh, this is the right time. You made so much money. Let's get out this one. Stop using that bad words. You know, I mean that I've been listening so much threat between our own communities, our own families. I think this is not the time to talk about it. Let's hold the hands. Let's hope that we are strong together. You know, even if we have to go, we are not going anywhere. We are going to the safe country. There's nothing wrong. I know it's easy for me to say, it's hard for you. I get it, you know, but this is, I'm not talking as an attorney. I'm talking to you as a sisterly thing. Like, you know, I mean, that we could make it this happen. Let's see
And
how this unfolds.
Madhurima garu, if who are outside USA, if they plan to come, next week or some date, what do you advise on them? Because we don't have the clarity. Is that the better to stay back there and watch how the things goes?
I think we will know more tonight, right? I don't think so. We need to wait that long, you know. We
Mm-hmm.
will, if they're not in the flight already, who is going to be landing in next 5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we will see the implementation.
So by tomorrow morning, we can get more clarity.
If they're not in the flight, that means that they're not in our webinar.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to see the result. They're the first people who's going to see the results.
Okay.
Based
Okay.
on that, we will do other things based on the litigation that could change. Maybe everything will be okay tomorrow. Let's see.
Okay. And if anybody having any questions, okay, Madhurima garu is available, and her email ID is madhu@mpathurilaw.com. MADHU at MPATURILAW.com. And her office phone number is 407-735-8089. And the website is www.mpathurilaw.com. Please reach out to her through email or phone message, or sending the message. And also, we as Central Florida Indian community, we are here to help you, to guide you in this crisis period. So please reach out to us also, and we will take advice from the attorneys and guide you. Please, you can write to us at CFIC 2023@gmail.com, or our phone number 407-267-7595.
Okay,
And
let's take
if
some questions.
anybody having any questions which we did not discuss right now, please you can ask her.
Okay. Let me take some questions here.
Yeah.
Again, by the way, I just want to tell that because we have over 300 people, I don't want any of you thinking that this is a marketing thing. First of all, I've been doing this for 20 years and I always jump into the community to help. For me,
Yep.
and the bottom line is everybody needs to be educated. That's the most important thing. We're all in a panic mode right now. So, there is somebody is asking, is this applies for the non-IT companies too? It applies to everybody who is using the H1B program. If you are a non-IT company, okay, and if you still have the H1B, and if you think that your industry or your profession or your skill is very important to this country, do apply for the exception, which we don't have a regulation yet, how to apply for the exceptions. But they say that there will be exceptions for the who are the essential people, who are the very specialized skills, right? Then let's see that how that's going to be affected. I don't know what's your specifically your non-IT company is. I just want to let you know on that.
Yeah, I have one question. So my wife is having valid H1B visa. She's going to travel Monday. Is she will affect this law, or is she okay to travel?
So she's on H4, is it?
H1B. She got
It
stamped
applies to
as.
all the H1Bs, right?
Yeah.
I just want you guys to ask the questions which we didn't cover already. Because I know that we feel like we need to ask the question regardless that we already heard. I wanted you guys to ask the question.
Madhurima garu, here in this question actually, if H4 is in outside and H1B holder is here, then what is the case? How do you advise?
According to the proclamation, they don't have any direct effect at this point.
So what you are saying, whoever the H4 EAD and H4 dependents are outside USA, they can come, without any problems, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So this is directly focusing on the H1B beneficiaries.
Okay, thank you. So anybody having, which not covered here, specific scenario questions, please.
Yeah, currently my H1B renewal is in progress and awaiting for approval. Will this impact my case?
Who are currently in the United States, it's not going to have any immediate effect.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Anyone, please.
I'm in Mexico. Can I enter on revalidation now? It's the same thing. You are entering as a H1B.
Yeah, a lot of them are covered actually with this one.
Hi, I just had a quick question. So I'm in the US right now, and I might have to make a change of status from H1 to B. Would I have a problem if I'm changing my status back from B to H1 while in the States and not leaving the States? I have my H1B stamped and everything.
For now, no. But is this going to affect anything for the people who are in America later? I only want to talk about what's now, right? Right now, I don't see a problem. Is this going to be the same for the future? I can't tell you. My biggest concern and worry, to be honest, is if this is applying for the people who are coming in as a H1B, it's not just the travel ban. The way I look at it is like they're talking about as a H1B, you're coming to this occupation. The occupation is not really specialty. They are trying to tell that the occupation itself is not a specialty, especially to the IT.
Hey, hi. I have one question. Is this applicable for per visa or per organization? The amount?
Per H1B, if you are the employee, per person, per year. I do want you to know that it's not like H1B. You have 6 years H1B, the company has to pay one time 100,000. No. Every year they have to pay 100,000 per person.
But this one, Madhurima garu, this one is until it extends to the next year. So this is going to be effective only for 1 year as per the
For now, the travel ban is only affected for 1 year unless it's extended.
Yeah. So it's not like a travel ban, right? It is the implication of like that, but it's not complete travel ban, right?
It's not a travel ban because I was only referring, it looks like a travel ban because they're focusing on the people who are coming from outside, right?
Yes, yes.
So that
yes.
means that they're restricting the people to come into the country right now.
Hi. Hi, this is Ravi here. I'm in United States, and recently I had a case where USIC officials visited my home and they inquired about the client and other stuff, and they also mailed me regarding some document needs to be provided. So, will there be any impact on me?
Not right away on this proclamation now. Anybody in America, I don't want you to get panicked right now.
Yeah.
Hello, Madhurima. So this is Santosh. I'm in India actually at this time. So I'll be traveling to US on Monday. So you think, I know you have already covered this topic, but I just want to ask whether you want me to continue for the same flight or you want me to postpone my plans until
Unless it's an emergency. If you don't go, everything stops outside the country, right? Unless it's an emergency, I'm requesting everybody just don't travel.
So,
Because once you travel, you're coming back, you're still considered coming from outside the United States, right?
Right now, major companies, Amazon, Microsoft, JP Morgan, so many companies, HRs issued a internal email circulation. If anybody is here on H1B, it is better don't make any travel plans. So those big companies are advising means it is better not to plan anything right now until we get more clarification in coming days, please.
Yep.
Any more questions, please?
Madhurima Garu, this is Samba. I have a question. From the conversation that you mentioned, I just wanted to ask you, because you said every year 100,000, right? You
Every
mentioned
year,
it as
per petition, every year, yeah.
right. Now the question comes to is there are so many who are on I-140 completed and then getting H1 renewed every year.
Correct.
What are the consequences for them? Actually, how is it going to be for them? Because every year they have to renew H1.
If hoping that that I-140 is still going to be existing around, So they're also offered there is two different proclamations also started yesterday. One is about the gold card. One is about if anybody want to jump faster in the visa bulletin for the EB1 to EB3 category, if you pay certain amount of the money, you can get ahead of the line. I don't want to talk about it. I think that I already spoke to Srinivas Garu on this. We are going to have the other webinar on Monday or Tuesday on this.
Yep.
There's three proclamations came through, okay, yesterday. One is a gold card. One is about how you can jump into the whole immigrant visas, exceptions on the national interest. And the third one is, which is important, we are discussing on the H1B. The only reason I even jumped on this one, which is also important for all of you, is because it's immediate effect, which is going to happen tonight. I think that anything related to the I-140, continuation of the H1B renewals, who are in America, I think that we all need to discuss that on the next call. Especially on the immigrant-based visas. He's trying to make sure that if you really want to go ahead on this, if you want your green card faster on the EB2, EB3 category, just give me $1 million. I will assure that you'll get through that.
Thank you, Madhurima Garu. Any more questions, please? Because we are going to do on Monday one more, webinar.
Yeah, we're going to update the things. I will be watching. I'm sure you will be all watching that. What will be the things going to happen from tonight, especially the people who are in the transit.
Yep, we are going to explain in a scenario to scenario also, because we may get some cases, then we can get the results also. So please, please bear, and as we advise, and all organizations advise you, don't get panic. All Indian community organizations are ready to help you. So please reach out to them and don't get panic. Please, this is going to cause a lot of anxiety and your overall well-being. This is not end of the anything. So that's why please stay calm and we can plan accordingly. We all together we will face this challenge.
A lot of people are talking about the stamping. They're waiting for the passports, or they're in the vacation. They're trying to jump on the flight and all those things. If you look at this plain language, right? I know that it affects all of us personal level, but the bottom line, the language, I only interpreting what is in the proclamation. It is affects everybody. Either you have a stamping, you have a passport yet, and no, you are in the flight. If you don't make it at 12, whatever, it affects to everybody who is going to be coming after 12:01 a.m. tonight. And again, it's not only for the new H1Bs. It could be anybody. You have extension, you have amendment, you have over 60 years, you have I-140, you have this, you have that. Regardless, if you're showing your stamping of the H1B to enter into the United States, it's going to be affecting. If your entry is based on the H1B, it will be affecting you. If anybody is taking a chance to come after 12 o'clock, or if somebody has a flight, they have to jump in and they are ready to take a chance. Yes, you can be ready to take a chance, but you also have to ready to face the questions. You also have to be ready to take a flight back. Just be prepared. It's important to be prepared.
Madhurima, one question. Like, let's say if the port of entry is Abu Dhabi, what will happen? Like, what is the time limit for them?
It doesn't matter where is the port of entry. You still have to pass the CBP in America.
Okay.
They're talking about the CBP in America.
But if the port of entry
Your
is Abu
I-94
Dhabi,
is going to be issued here. Your I-94 is only issued once you enter into the United States, right?
no, but we'll not talk to anybody, right? In Atlanta, in the US port of airports, once your immigration is done in Abu Dhabi,
right?
We will directly walk out of the airport, right? Here.
Do you want to get issued the CBP or no? You still have to fill out the form to get out, right?
No, we don't have to fill out.
Okay.
That happens in Abu Dhabi only. Like wherever the port of entry, they'll scan the passport. After that, you are free to go.
Okay, let's see.
So any more questions, please? Because we don't want to, stop this, So please go ahead and ask, Yes, you can unmute, and you can ask the question, please.
I have one question. Is there any impact on the E3 visas?
Oh.
Hey, can you hear me?
Madhurima garu, can you hear?
Yeah.
Madhurima garu.
Oh, I'm sure. I think that somebody put it on mute on me.
Yeah.
So
I have
it
a
is
question.
not going to affect the E3 visas.
I have a
only for the
question.
H1Bs.
Okay, my husband isn't traveling from right now. He's in flight from Hyderabad to Dubai, and he will be landing on 21st morning, 10:35 a.m. He took a flight just now. So I am on H4 and he's on H1. So he went on office visit to India, and he's coming back in mid of all this because we don't want to take any chances.
I know
So-
somebody just asked me about because they get already the immigration passed in the Abu Dhabi.
Okay. I'm not sure about immigration at Abu Dhabi. Usually they do ask questions in Orlando as well. So I'm a bit
That is
panicked
what I
on
was
this
trying
one.
to explain to him, but he said that he never had that problem. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean that it's regardless of where you pass the immigration, still the CBP has to make you. They have every right to stop you on the airport. I just want to let you know that.
Hey,
Okay.
Madhu and Rohit, thanks for your time. This is Muhammad Sohail, and I'm running on the grace period. I was laid off 2 months back almost. I have only 1.5 weeks left, but I got the job, and they have filed the LCA and waiting for the LCA to come to file the transfer. So that the transfer fee is going to be like, am I
The
going
proclamation has nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hey, Madhurima, one question. So one question is like if the company is actually sponsoring you for a personal, like a business visit to another country, will that gonna impact? Because while entering, I still have to show my H1B, right? But it's a company sponsored travel. So then what happens?
Doesn't matter. You're entering as a H1B. Well, that's what it matters.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a
hey
question.
Madhurima, I'm
Hey,
on
hey.
H1B. Can my H4 dependents travel in month of October? Right now, I'm in USA on H1B.
If there is a need for it, please do it. If it is just for the fun and vacation, regardless who it is, please don't.
Yeah.
Not for the fun, like they're completely moving to USA.
They're coming in.
Yes, yeah, they're coming into
Oh, if they're
USA.
coming in, if you're still here, I don't see a problem.
Okay.
Hey, I have one question.
Madhurima,
I
I
have a
have a
Hey,
question.
question
Madhurima, I have a
actually.
question.
If
So,
that can, if
so if
that date
H1B
can be
extension is
postponed,
getting filed within the US, will it have any impact?
If you all of you talking at the same time,
So
I
I
couldn't.
have a question. Like my H1B extension will get filed in next week or so. I'm in US. Will it also get impacted?
So you're on US on what status right now?
I'm
H1.
on H1B only, but my extension will get filed again in next week.
Okay, I don't know if you're following me throughout the thing. It doesn't affect for the people who are currently on the H1B in the United States. I think we are repeating the same questions.
I have a
Putur,
question.
actually, is it possible
Madhurima,
to
ma'am.
this? Is there any chances of extending this 21st date, whatever they announced now? Is there any chances of postponing this for a couple of more weeks? This travel ban.
Not so far. I didn't see anything changes happening.
Hello,
If
Hi,
somebody
Madhurima.
Madhurima.
challenges
I
this
have a
one,
question
then is it a
actually.
Yeah,
possibility?
if there is somebody challenges, definitely I think that we're going to come back and all the groups are going to be posting. You're going to be hearing the news everywhere. The chances for
Okay.
now, we don't see any chances yet.
There are a lot of chances because the reasoning is a very contradiction. So that's why the legal challenges are going to be. So because
This will be human
yeah,
crisis, right?
The
Because
company
the
has to
people
prove
are-
that they will be in losses. They will be having some humanitarian reasons to join this, right? To prove that one, the company has to be, or the employer or the employee has to be have a valid reasons that they have an immediate effect on this.
not only that one, because H1B holders already existing one, it doesn't matter whether they are in the US or here. They already gave this one. Only the criteria should not be like a entry point. The reasoning should be whether you're applying the new H1 or the renewals, or it should be on the point of that or the requirement of the company. But it's the criteria right now they took is only whether they are here in USA or the outside the USA. That criteria can be actually a very legal question, and it is challengeable.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question actually. So I'm on L1B visa right now. So does this new rule impact L1B visa also, or it is specific for H1B?
I think that you are all just joining. I guess that's why the repeated questions are happening. It's very, very specific to the H1Bs and it doesn't have any effect on any other visas. It's not an effect on the people who are currently in the United States.
Okay,
They
thank
can.
you very much.
Hello,
Madhurima,
ma'am.
I have a very
I want to get a
tricky
clarification.
question. This question
I
is like
have a question,
very
please.
tricky question. I am on H1B and my current H1B is under extension and it's in progress with USCIS. So recently I had a call from my immigration and my immigration team said that there are a lot of denials and NODs receiving to our company because of the digital signatures. They did a digital signature, so we are getting annoyed. So my concern here is if I get annoyed and my I-94 got expired on September 1st. So what is my situation here? Can you please suggest me what can I do now? My wife is on H1.
Immediately change to the B1, B2 for now. Okay?
Okay,
Don't leave
B1.
the country, stay in the country, do the change of status. Let's
Okay,
unfold
B1.
this thing, then you can reapply on the H1B.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if there is a
My
way
wife.
to keep the H1B and continue to file it, focus on that. Don't do the change of status.
Okay.
Hello,
My
ma'am. I
attorney
have a
said that
question
if
about
you can go back on H4 and go back to India after you get annoyed and come back on H4, we can file for H1B is what my immigration said. But what is your suggestion here, please?
If your beneficiary, I mean that your spouse is on the H1B, you could do that. Yeah.
Okay,
But
coming.
either it is, I don't know, even not even with the new administration, I suggested even before also, like last 15 years, I've been suggesting everybody, if there is no need to travel, you don't have to travel.
How about
A
U
question
visa?
about
U
the
non-immigrant visa.
DOL, like the dual. I was looking at the DOL site and we see a new. They have launched a project firewall. Like like we are not. They just gave a few, information about it. Can we have more on that, if possible, Miss Ma'am?
I don't think so. That's an important thing right now. It doesn't affect the proclamation. We can definitely talk, as Srinivas guys mentioned, that we are doing one on Monday. We're going to be covering on that.
Okay, thank you.
And also,
Let's focus on immediate things. Let's focus on immediate things, please.
So how
Madhurima Garu,
about
will there be
U
any impact on the
non-immigrant
change
visa?
of
I have
status
10
from
more
H1
minutes. I need to jump on to the other webinar. I have 10 more minutes before.
I have one question,
So
right?
I have a question. So if the interviewer asks in the visa interview, like, do you have a 100K applicant fee? What we need to answer?
Who are you talking to?
Like if you go for visa stamping in India, so do they ask this question like, do you have already 100K
The
paid?
CBP is going to ask. The
I mean,
consulate
like,
is not going to ask. Consulate has no authority to do it. It's not a Department of State who is going to be restricting. When you enter into the country, you need to show the receipt for 100,000. Employer has to pay for you. With the receipt, you can enter into the country.
I have one question, right? I'm
Madhurima Garu, will there be any impact on change of status from H1 to F1 or H1 to B1 who are currently residing in US?
Not based on this executive action, no.
Can court block this? Like, or this is going to stay for sure?
People definitely talking about this right now. Still, there is no class actions, no any kind of the lawsuits yet filed.
Can IT sir file the lawsuit?
Talk to your IT Sir chapter.
So how about U non-immigrant visa? So I'm on U visa.
This is only going to affect the H1Bs. If you're not on the H1B, I think that has nothing to discuss at this point of the hour. And if you're in America, don't have to talk about it. It's only immediately affect for the people who are outside the United States are in the transit.
Ma'am, one question. Who are in the transit, right? If you see, it is a kind of a fee. I think it should be applicable for only newly filing, right? It's a kind of a fee. So the people who are traveling should not supposed to worry, right?
Why not?
No, this is a kind of a fee. Who are outside the US, probably they're while filing, the fee kind of a thing will come. But who are already got the visa and got the stamping and they're traveling, so they're not supposed to worry, right?
No, sir, that's not how it works. Anybody who enters with the H1B stamping, who enters after 12:01 a.m., it will affect.
So I think there are a few guys.
You're telling that if there is a H1B approved, if it is the H1B stamping is there, if they already been in the H1 and all those things. I understand your question. I want you to understand me. Okay? I want you to understand me. If you are entering into the United States by showing your H1B stamping, only if you show $100,000 fine receipt, you will be entered into the country.
Okay, but in that case, where do you pay the $100,000? My H1B is already approved. I have got it stamped. Where do you want me to
Ask
file
your
that?
employer to pay the money and send the receipt to you. Then you can show it to the
Okay, but
CBP
where?
office.
Where would they also go and pay? As an employer also, if you check, where do you...
Wait for the instructions. Unless you're coming tonight, wait for the instructions. Nobody given the instructions yet how to pay, where to send the check.
Ma'am,
Seems like you might have been ready to pay, but they didn't give the instructions yet.
If they allow tomorrow, can we consider as this rule for only new ones?
I'm sorry?
If they allow tomorrow who are coming from India who went for stamping, can we consider as a rule applies for only who are from applying newly from India?
Your consideration will not work. Whatever they have said they want to follow, they will follow that.
Ma'am, I'm on H4. My wife is on H1. She's stuck in India right now with the situation. I have I-140. Can I move back to H1 from my H4 status?
Unless you have your own H1B previously, you can't just move on to the H1B now.
Ma'am, actually, I had a H1 before I moved to H4, but I have I-140 to file. Can I file the H1 and
If you have
look
the
for a job?
employer, you could do that.
Okay.
Hi, ma'am, this is Srinivas. I would like to travel on 25th of this month. Do you suggest me to travel?
No, because when you come back, unless you have the receipt for 100,000.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Nate,
Ma'am, if someone has an H1B and
See, all these things could also change, guys. I know that we are only talking about the regulation right now. Who knows by next 24 hours, maybe it could change all these things. And some people seems like they're ready to pay. If they're ready to pay, I'm sure the immigration will send the instructions for the fees.
ma'am, if someone has H1B and also GC EAD, so rather than showing the H1B, can they show the GC EAD, advanced payroll, and come to US?
You can.
Yeah, thank you.
Ma'am, is there any chance that this executive order is getting altered by court
There's
or
definitely
anything?
chance for everything. This is the country of the rule of law, right? We need to fight. We are going to keep fighting, and we can only stay hopeful. But there is also a lot of things that you need to show to the court how the employer or the employee is going to have irreparable things like you need to get affected on that. You need to show the court that how it's going to affect the economy, the country, personally for you, for the company. There's a lot to establish. We're trying to find who are the plaintiffs in this case. How is it going to affect to you?
Okay, there are some discussions saying that there'll be exceptions if the company is working some national interest projects like defense semiconductor. So do you have any updates on those?
I mean, national interest waiver has always been there, probably EB2 and IW, but the national interest in this purpose of the H1B is the similar kind of the thing we are thinking. They didn't give the instructions yet. They said that they go case by case basis, but definitely you need to prove that this country needs you, the company needs you for the national security reasons and the national interest, obviously.
So, will H1B transfers and extensions get affected? I mean, if there are someone like immediate transfer or else extension is required, then
it is not affected for the people who are currently in America on H1B,
okay,
regardless of the what petition we are talking about.
okay. So only to them who are outside right now.
Correct.
If let's say someone is here in US,
somebody is asking that how to schedule the consultations with me. There's a website here, impaturilaw.com. You guys can go into the website and schedule the consultations if needed.
Hello, ma'am. Do you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So let's say if someone is over here in the US on a different visa and the employer tries to, initiate transfer it to H1B. So does it still imply to this case that, the employer has to pay 100,000 when the candidate is already in US?
Sorry to repeat the same thing, Bober. I think that we are all this is the thing. As Indians, we have to understand something. I'm an Indian too. We are all together in this one. Okay, we need to understand. We need to make some good changes, not just how we do the things. I'm sorry to take this time to explain to you. There's only one point I've been discussing from over than 1 hour. It doesn't affect for the people who are currently in the United States on the H1B, regardless you're going to do the change of status, extension, amendment, anything with the H1Bs. Okay, let's focus on the point. Okay, and we done multiply the same thing. Just because you want to ask that question, okay, it doesn't change. So I want you guys to focus. Even if somebody else is asking the question, if it applies to you, you don't have to repeat the question. Okay,
So, friends,
let's work together. Let's reduce the time. We discuss on this. I'm not yelling. I just want to make sure that we are all in the same page. Respect each other.
This session recording is going to be on YouTube. So I mentioned the YouTube link in a chat. Please take that one. So in 30 minutes or so, this will be on YouTube. You can watch. And also we are going to schedule a call Monday evening after talking to the Madhurima Garu, maybe mostly 7,
Any updates I get, we will post in the groups right away. Okay.
7 p.m. Yeah.
Can you send the link again?
Thank you. Thank you for your
We
time.
are going to put that in the YouTube channel. Please take the YouTube channel address, what I put it there.
Can you send link again?
Make yourself busy. Make yourself busy on the weekend. Let's not talk too much about this. There is nothing wrong to be prepared. We all have to be prepared, right? Just like any natural disaster, we need to be prepared. We need to know our options. We need to know our future, what it is, But just being a panic doesn't help. But you need to understand as it is the language for now. Who is it going to immediately affect? How is it going to affect for me now and for the future? If it is not immediately affecting to you, take a pause. It's okay to take a pause. Don't have to think overnight that what is my business is going to be. I have 300 H1Bs. What do I have to do? I don't have money to pay. Let's discuss all this next phase. For now, immediate effect for the people who are traveling. Let's get on that.
Akka, can you put this link into the group of that who want to schedule a cancellation? Hello.
Ma'am,
I just put it.
Ma'am,
This is
thank
my
you
last
so much.
question.
Thank you so much for doing this. This is much needed for the hour, and thank you so much for doing it for the welfare of the community.
Monday evening, we are going to do the live 7 p.m. on YouTube. You can see actually Madhurima Garu going to do the live. There is no link. We are going to do YouTube live. Okay.
Is it Central Time or is it Eastern Time?
It's EST time. Monday evening 7 p.m. with Madhurima Garu YouTube live. We are going to do it.
Can you send YouTube link
Excuse me,
again?
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. This is my last question. Like I am on OPT and in consular H1B got approved, and do I need to go back to India? Or
You
can I
can
change the status?
you can do the change of status here. You don't have to. Anybody who got the H1B consular processing approved, if you are on OPT, F1 or B1, B2 or something, try to change your status here. If you don't have to travel, don't travel, please. If I have to leave you all with only one thing, anything, if you don't have to travel, please don't travel. There's a lot of if things are happening. Let us unfold this one. We are all in together. This one, there is nothing like difference between me and you or whatever it is, We're going to talk together. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. We are going to be working together, unfolding together. The words are the best. We're going to be together.
Can you send YouTube link again?
Already I put it in the chat, sir.
We can't see here.
Huh? The chat, I put it, chat is open to everybody. Madhurima Garu, this one also on the chat. YouTube link is on chat.
Ma'am, if my husband is landing on
Things are moving really fast, guys. That's all I wanted to say. Let me speak last few words because I have to jump into the other webinar.
Okay.
I have 5 of them scheduled with the different organizations today.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
Madhurima
completely
Garu.
want to do it this one for the community education. Nobody is doing for marketing. We are all together. I wanted to be with you. We're going to be walking together this one. Just want to take away on these points, only the people who are traveling, who got stuck outside the country needs to be worried right now. I think even if they worry also, nothing we can do about it because we have less than 5 hours for this, right? If they're not already in the flight, who is going to be landing, then let's wait, right? Let's see what will happen next few hours. Then based on that, they can schedule the travel or maybe they may not able to come right now until something good happens with the litigation. Okay. Let's not get panicked like what if. If the people are already in the United States on the H1B or a different visa, please don't panic right now. Based on the executive action, we are okay. Okay. So don't ask the same repeated questions yourself. Don't get panicked. Let's see how things are go. But I do want to let you know that the administration is doing really, really fast. By the time of the blink of the eye, things are going fast, right? As somebody else mentioned about the Department of Labor just issued the firewall about the high-skilled workers. So this is highly targeted at this point. But you also have to think that what can you do about it? Can you do something about it? If there is not something you can do as an individual, as an organization, obviously we just have to wait and see that how the law will be affected, right? If there is a litigation, if there is advocacy for this, that could help you. If there is any possibility of the litigation, we will bring it up to all of you. If you want to be a part of it, that would be great. Let's fight together. For now, think about it individually. Is anything else you can do about it? If we can't do anything, let's not do any negative comments. Let's hold each other very strongly. We are all in this together, regardless you are a citizen, you're a green card holder, you all came as an immigrant to this country. We all need to show the compassion. That's my strong words.
Thank you. Thank you, Madhurima Garu, for your time. Thank you. We are closing this session right now. And if you need any help, we already posted in the group, and you can watch this recording in YouTube channel. And we are going to do live in Monday evening, YouTube live, and you can join. Thank you all. So don't be, please panic, and enjoy your time this weekend. Okay. And if you have any questions, please send out the email what we posted in the chat. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Nana, what did the